David, this also involves cost segregation, I believe. So can you explain that at a high level to our users and why that was advantageous for this type of deal?
Yeah, so I didn't even think about that going into the deal, which had I known, I would have been even more excited about it. So that was one of the best benefits. I mean, besides the fact that I have this, my practice has this beautiful building, brand new state of the art building that we're all really comfortable in, and my patients are comfortable in. Cost segregation study is essentially, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but when you buy a commercial property, you can take a line item deduction on that property. And I believe it's 37 years, 37 and a half years. So let's say you purchased a $100,000 building. You would divide that by, the cost of the building, not the land, the building itself, by that number. And that would be a deduction, a line item deduction you could take on your taxes. A cost segregation study is basically a study that allows a accounting firm to come in and look at all of the specific areas of depreciation. So like, your drywall may be able to be depreciated over 5 years instead of over 37 years. Okay, so then you can capture 100% of that depreciation in the first 5 years. Your lighting may be able to be depreciated. The electricity may be able to be depreciated in, I don't know, I'm making this up, so don't quote me on it, but 7 years. And so then you can capture that depreciation up front. In my specific building, it was a significant, I paid $100 a square foot for the building. It was like 4 times that was the build out price. It was a very large amount. So there was a significant amount of construction that went into it that could then be put into different buckets, so to speak. And I could recapture the depreciation up front, which was really good because that helped me with my taxes. That was a nice deduction that I got over the first year or two. There was something really interesting, a little side story with that. I was expecting to get a really big amount in deduction. And then Trump administration changed when they did their taxes, they actually left it out. They left that out of the tax code. And so then they came back and said, oh, you can only basically take the line item deduction now. And so I owed like a ton of money in taxes, which obviously I was able to pay, but it was very stressful. And then when the CARES Act came out, they fixed it. So then I had to go back and amend my taxes to recapture the depreciation that we were expecting. So it's been that for sure was some ups and downs involved with that. But that's basically my understanding of what a cost segregation study is.
Yeah, you've hit it pretty spot on. Typically, it's, I think, 27 and a half and 39 years. And by doing this study, you pay for the study, which there's a fee for that. And then you're able to get your depreciation years down, depending on the actual material in the building. I think it's 5, 7, or 15 years. So now you're keeping this building this might be one of those buildings that you say you're going to probably keep for a really long time, if not forever, and hand off to your kids, I imagine, because if you're planning on flipping it in a couple of years, it's usually not doing the cost segregation, taking those additional write-offs. It's usually not worth it because you end up getting whacked on it when you go to sell it, unless you're going to do a 1031 or opportunity zone type situation where you're deferring taxes. But it's usually a long-term hold strategy, if I understand it correctly.